Hey, what's up? I'm going to talk about the hot and cold roster announcement video that I shot and filmed for Spacestation Gaming. So let's jump into that. For anybody wondering, I'm using the SteelSeries Arctic Pros. They're wireless, they have a rechargeable battery, and they are amazing. So unlike the video you saw last time, there are way less layers going on here. I have one layer over the entire project, and that is my noise layer. It's the noise effect that's built right into Premiere. I apply that to an adjustment layer, drag it over the entire timeline, and usually between 3 to 5%. So the first shot we have here is just kind of like the stadium lights, just kind of blowing open. I actually downloaded the sound effect called Stadium Lights. You've seen this in probably all the Friday Night Light type movies. When the stadium lights come on to the field, it's like poof, poof, just something to kind of get your attention. We had a smoke machine on set, and so I was using the smoke and the lights facing the camera to kind of hide his face. I didn't want you to be able to see who it was right off the bat like this. This is actually the first time I've ever used smoke for a video like this. It adds like a 3D effect when I'm moving through it. It kind of brings the smoke in through the look. I don't know, it just kind of created this really cool effect. So this next part of the video I definitely took from Daniel Schiffer, and the way that he uses the camera to follow the motion definitely makes it feel a lot faster, a lot more energetic. The idea behind it was that Hotancold was packing up his stuff, like he was getting ready to move on to the next thing. So if we go shot by shot, smacking the box to pick it up. So then the next shot is him slamming the box on the bed. I started with a tight shot and moved out as he was slamming it down. So for this sound effect, I actually used epidemic sound, and there's actually a sound of like someone kind of hitting a bed. The next thing is obviously him ripping open this tape, and then him applying the tape to close up the box. So if we listen to just the sound effects, this is what it sounds like. With it, I wish I would have came down a little bit lower to keep this part of it like in center frame. On this shot, you'll also notice I added a flicker. There's a flicker effect from the Sapphire plugin. I thought it just kind of helped bring in a lot of that energy and that motion, like feels like something faster is happening than what is. Also, one thing I want to touch on real quick, if you saw the SSG Summer Merch breakdown video, you'll hear me talk about the low pass effect I did to help muffle the sound. This is what that sounds like when there's no other audio.
Hotancold needs some help by the back of bar. He takes down one, pops up, looks the wrong way, damage coming out.
And for people listening, if you listened hard enough, you would hear him say hot and cold. For people who weren't really paying attention, it was just there to please your ears. So here on this clip, what I did is on the last 3 frames, I had it scale in and did the same thing here. Had it scale in just to give it more of that push, which leads us into the shot. It's just another push in of matte. This one's a little bit tighter than the original shot. So the first shot was kind of a wide medium shot. Then we move into like a tight shot, pushing in right here. It moves into the jersey with the SteelSeries and Spacestation Gaming logo, just kind of showing homage to that and the sick jersey. Same thing for this side, AK Racing, Scuff Controller, just kind of, you know, showing off our sponsors. So these shots right here are supposed to be like an homage to his past, and just kind of a little Easter egg to the people who follow Matt and, you know, who are big fans of him. And so that's obviously the DZ jersey. All I did was take the Aperture MC, it's an RGB light, but in this case I used just regular daylight, and I tucked it up underneath. I didn't really know what I was going for with this, but it turned out looking pretty dope, so I kept it. My overlay here is called Dust and Scratches. It's that like kind of white dots and stuff you see. I just thought it was kind of cool too. As far as sound design goes, so it goes from one commentator to the next, which would be from Intero to Kicks, and then there's also a vinyl crackling effect that you can't really tell in the video, but it kind of helps accentuate the little popping white dots.
The challenge, but he'll lose the challenge.
So then it cuts to this shot of him tucking away the DZ jersey. This shot I thought was really cool because you'd really have to know DZ and be paying attention to know those colors right there, because their colors are primarily like that dark purple, dark blue. So continuing on with the theme, you know, he got dropped from DZ and went on to play for Mirage. And then here as well, replicating that shot of him just holding the jersey. I wanted it not to be apparent at all, just kind of like a quick little homage to the jersey. So if we just run that whole thing back without the music, you can kind of hear the sound design.
Take the challenge. challenge, but he'll lose the challenge. Hotancold is about...
Then we move on to the jersey reveal. There's no point in like hiding the jersey because it's coming from the SSG Twitter and YouTube and all that. So there was no need for that. It was just kind of revealing like him picking this thing up. And you'll notice he doesn't pack it into his bag. Like he's going to put it on. That would have been way cooler if I would have done this better and maybe found a way to have this be cut from black to this shot or something. The only way it would have worked is if I was like in his pants and then pulled out. That actually probably would have been pretty cool. But I didn't do that. So here's the shot. It's just like him with the logo pulling down the jersey. So if we're looking at everything so far, here's all the sound design and everything you can hear.
Hotancold needs some help by the back of bar. He takes down one, pops up, looks the wrong way. Damage coming out. Hotancold, are you kidding me? Take the challenge, but he'll lose the challenge. Hotancold is about to clutch this one up for his team, and he doesn't even have time. Hotan's already won this.
So then we go into my favorite part of the entire video. If you notice with Intero's casting, it goes from muffled to clear during this part. Now I want to just kind of show that real quick.
He doesn't even have time. Hotan's already won this.
So the reason I did that, again, I thought would be kind of cool if it's like Hotan has already won this. It's almost like, okay, now you're seeing him, now you're hearing it. For people who aren't really paying attention, now you're hearing it. It's almost like Kix is announcing Hotan is, part of it. Now, if you guys saw the behind the scenes from like Twitter or whatever, you'll see exactly what I did. Like I held the light up, sweeped it over his face. So I knew that I wanted him to say something. He actually came up with this.
My revenge tour is just getting started.
Hotancold needs some help by the back of bar. He takes down...
Ooh, still my favorite. Obviously, I added a flicker and a zoom in when I did it. So I move into this clip. I had him send me a couple of his favorite clips that he wanted me to use. He kind of disrespected us and sent us the clip of him dogging on the SSG boys. This part makes me sad. Just look at Rampy. He looks so upset. Shout out to Max for teaching me about Real Smart Motion Blur. In After Effects, you can use Real Smart Motion Blur. Again, with the flicker effect, kind of had it zoom in, punch out. And then every time he gets a kill, it'll kind of do this flash just to emphasize the punch. So this actually kind of worked out because in the actual clip, it cuts like this. They do like their own transition, Ubisoft does. So I just shortened that to cut to this part, which shows, Matt going berserk. He's crazy. He don't know where to look. He don't know what to do. He's hyped AF, bro. I love Intero's casting on this. It's just so punchy to go with the energy of the music.
Hotancold needs some help by the back of bar. He takes down one, pops up, looks the wrong way. Damage coming out. Hotancold, are you kidding me?
So moving into the next clip, I had it written down. I kind of wanted like this gear up scene. And so like there's a shot of him putting on the headset. I did a speed ramp, so it's kind of like him putting on the headset. Moves into the shot showing off the shirt that he's wearing, just kind of, some brand recognition basically. Then we move into the Prime headset again, and then just kind of this really dope shot of like his hands. So this is actually Stokes casting. Stokes is always so energetic with his when big things are happening. So I always love whenever he's casting a scene.
Learn how to separate the failures from the fizz. Need to make the move now. They catch him. And Hotancold. Oh my God.
It's just such a cool shot. It's feeling good. He's feeling good. He obviously has the Hotancold tattoo on his arm, and so I wanted to emphasize that. Not my favorite color grading either that I've done. I tried something new. Tried to use a DaVinci Resolve. It was a bad idea. Pretty sure I'm not going to go down that route. I'm just going to stick with Premiere. So I move from the tattoo Hotancold shot to, him just looking intense, whatever. Here's a shot of him on the keyboard. So now we cut into the shot of him 1v3ing TSM with nothing but a pistol. He's already downed Achieve, but you don't really see it. It's just in the kill cam, so I couldn't add that part in. But if we move into here, it's the same thing. Adding the flash to emphasize what he's doing. Adding the Real Smart Motion Blur to the clip. And it actually goes to the beat of the music, his kills do. Like, it goes through the flow of the music.
Right now, TSM just bursts on in. They get so many kills, but pistol out, Hotancold is gonna clutch!
Cut to this overhead shot, just kind of a cool shot. It's whatever, typical B-roll. Cut to the shot of the eyes, like the intensity in his eyes and stuff. I love eye shots, I think they're cool. Eyes tell a story. You could see everything in the eyes, anger, happiness, sadness, whatever. And here, to me, it just looked like motivated. So now I move into like this hype clip. This is the clip that I wanted to finish out the whole video. It's so energetic. There's so much going on. And I think it really sums up and like ties up the potential that Matt has. Gets this guy off the bubble, comes over here, and I believe that's cameraman from FaZe. Shoots him as he's crossing over and just finishes it out. And then we cut to this final shot of him just standing there, you know, typical pose. I'm not a motion graphics artist. I've learned a little bit and stuff, and I thought this would be kind of cool touch. You know, hot, red, cold, blue, and then it like transitions into the SSG colors and kind of fades out. So yeah, that's my breakdown of the hot and cold announcement that I shot and filmed. A lot of it was on a gimbal. A lot of it had to do with like the smoke, the mystery of who he was and all that, the build up, and then just really bringing in that hype. And if you notice too, I chose the song because it's called Legend by Tyrone Briggs. And I thought it was really cool. It's all talking about like, it's not over yet. Like he's just getting started, whatever. And I know that's exactly how Hot and Cold feels. He's super young. You know, he's hungry and he is ready to prove something. And that's what I wanted to reflect with this video. Hopefully, Matt, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And I'm going to keep saying hopefully because hopefully you all liked the video. So I will catch you guys in the next one. You let me know if you like this. Okay, bye.